Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Michelle Quay. I am the founder of this Visibility Confidence Lounge. Welcome to the live coffee talk hour. This is a podcast and also a live stream episode where I invite speakers to bring you lots of information, lots of valuable information that is going to help you to navigate through your coaching journey. And welcome to the show. So today, super excited because I have a business coach, Ledi, and she's actually my new friend now. Ledi is a very successful business coach, and she and her husband originated from running a IT company, and she went from an Albanian singer to a mom of two boys and now a six-figure business, and she worked remotely. The time that she and I connected, she was actually having a great vacation somewhere else across the sea. So I'm super excited to bring her on today. She is going to bring so much information on how you run a successful coaching business with you. I can't wait to share her with you. So without further ado, let's welcome Ledi to the stage.
Hello. Hi, BFF.
I am so excited to have you here.
This call has been long overdue. I've been waiting patiently, and I am so excited and so happy to actually be here.
I know we connected like a couple of months ago, and like everything that you do just so admires me so much. Tell us, well, number one, you have a huge followers on Instagram, right? You use a lot of Instagrams, and that's where you shine. And I follow you. I watch your reel all the time. What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram handle is at Ledi Bokshi. So my first name, my last name. And we also have my business coaching program, which is Power Up Biz Coaching.
How long have you been in the business coaching industry?
Okay, so I haven't really been too long in the business coaching industry for about a year. I just pivoted into the business coaching because of, I believe the pandemic was so hard on women. It was so hard on women having to leave the workforce, and especially for moms who they were stuck in either business or their careers and having to choose and pick and choose who stays home with the kids, who gets to work, who gets to still have their career or business, and who gets to stay home. That a lot of my clients from my IT industry were suffering, and me being, in my IT company, a business developer, and also focusing on marketing, I started really helping them on how to be able to not have work-life balance, because I don't believe on work-life balance. I believe on work-life choices, and how to make certain choices for them to be able to have both.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was very important for me. And it's been a hell of a journey for the past year, with me also being able to have my family. I'm also a mom of two under two and have my multiple businesses.
Mm-hmm. They're so adorable. Like Ledi's boys, they're just so cute. And every time she put out like Instagram, I just watch them. And they recently had a family outing somewhere. And then I remember your husband was having holding your son up, like up in the air, and that was just a great shot.
I mean,
So
we've been fortunate enough that, in both of our business that we have currently, we're running two business at the moment and a nonprofit organization, that we're able to, wherever we go, we're able to bring our kids with us. We've picked that family culture that no matter where we go, our children are involved for now, and especially they're not in daycare, they're not in school yet, so they're able to travel across the world and enjoy, and at the same time, we don't get to miss moments out of their lives.
yeah. So from what I had understood, and the when we first connected, you mentioned that you and your husband were in the IT. You started an IT company.
Yes.
What was that journey like?
So when I met my husband, not too many years ago, not too many moons ago, I had been in and out of different industries. So I was in retail. I took my retail company into the digital world. I started really falling in love with the digital world. And then prior to him, I used to also be an Albanian singer but I was my own manager. I was my own businesswoman. I did all the hats of the business by myself and traveled. So my experience started in there. And then I grew up with the idea of product. When you sell a product, that's when you really, are a business owner, because you're exchanging product for money. He was more in the service industry. So me learning the service industry and not wanting to really give that feeling of like, this is really a great industry. I didn't want to learn it. It was just like, how do people buy air? In the service industry, you're selling air.
Yeah.
You're not giving anybody anything. I ended up investing actually in a spa. And at the time, as we had the IT company, we opened up the IT company together. He's a solution architect. He's had multiple IT companies prior in Netherlands, as well as Dominican Republic. And he moved to New York because of me. So opening up one here in New York with me, I'm learning the service industry, but I'm also neglecting the fact of the service industry was so great. So I was pregnant at the time with my first son, and I also invested in a brick and mortars on a spa. So I wanted to do both. I wanted to dibble and dabble in both because I didn't want to really let go of like having a physical location for it. And I soon understood that brick and mortars or product industries were not for me, because I really had like a really, when you have a breakthrough moment, that aha moment of understanding, for me personally, it was not it. It was not the industry I wanted to be in. It gave me nothing what I preached for. It was not my core values of having that location freedom, that time freedom. I was stuck in a location. I was being a business operator instead of owner. And then when I really realized that the service industry, you really have a solution to someone's problem. They're paying because they have nowhere to go, and they're not paying you because of what you have. You're helping them, and in exchange, you're getting a payment out of it. But first, you're doing it because you really want to help them. You really want them to figure out the solution. And that's when I really fell in love with the service industry, because it was no longer to me about selling. It was more for serving people and really helping business owners in their IT crisis.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you had mentioned this in our initial contact, that the world shift and you shift. And what I'm hearing is there's a lot of pivot in your life, going from IT, from a singer to having IT company, and then now a business coach. What a lot of women in my audience, they're at the beginning stage of starting their own business. They're trying to pivot. So what advice you have for those women who's trying to, not only having a full-time job somewhere else, but they're starting a business here? What advice do you have for them?
As long as we're pivoting, we're growing. There's nothing wrong with growing. I did not leave my IT company. That's also my bread and butter that we've been growing it for so many years. But there came to a point where I said, okay, I'm going to step away because I really feel like I need to help women right now be able to maintain, open up their businesses and grow themselves. So as you find a purpose to serve, you don't have to leave your jobs. Or if you have left your job and you're starting your business, doesn't mean that that is it that you're going to do for the rest of the life. I'm a business coach today. Tomorrow, for example, I could stand up and say, you know what, guys, I have figured out how to be a social media strategist. I could take a part of that, of my experience and my background, and teach it to someone who needs it. If we are in the service knowledge industry, we're here not for us. We're not building a business for us. We're building a business because we have a solution to someone's problem and we want to help, we want to serve. So if along the line, as we're growing, we no longer want to do what we started with, it is okay to pivot, but we need to start. We need to start somewhere, and we need to learn from the lessons. And along the line, we will find ourselves. And I've been in so many industries, were they wrong? And some of them I profited. Some of them I failed, but I learned. And those lessons I implement to the next one. Will I always be a business coach? I don't know. At the moment, this is where I find me. This is where I find that I need to serve my people.
Yeah. Yeah. What let's say someone who's interested in working with you. What's your process of working with a client who's starting out their journey on the business?
So I focus on Power Up Business Coaching Program. It's a 3 months program that regardless if you have an existing business or if you feel like you're stuck somewhere in your business and you want to grow, we go back into the core, the business foundation of it,
Mhm.
building you, building your business. We start building you through your mindset, then start building your business foundation until you being able to build someone else. And then we go into utilizing social media, lead generation, email marketing. And I think what was very important, especially the last 3 years that I've invested in myself and I've invested in business coaches, business strategy, just, you name it, anything that I wanted to learn, I didn't know how to do it. I either learned it or hired someone to do it, but as I was learning from them at the same time. Um, the post launch phase, I felt like a lot of the programs also, once you were done, left you at it. And you're just like, you're going on and you're running and you're like, wait, what do I do next now? I'm stuck. What do I have there? We also, part of the program is we do the post launch when I'm actually there as the clients are building their business to help with afterwards with the onboarding, offboarding of the clients. Where do they shift? How do they continue? How do they relaunch their program for really to be there? Implementation, accountability, and have the community that now that you're a new business owner, you still have a group of people supporting you, making sure that your journey is going the way you want it to go.
Mhm. Wow, it feels like you're walking, you're holding on someone's hand and you're just walking them down, the yellow brick road. The yellow brick road, like the Dorothy, right? The Wizard of Oz. It feels like you're holding their hand and just walking down their journey.
I don't want to hold their hand. The
Mhm.
idea of me not holding the hand, but at the same time, there's so much information that is free on the internet. And sometimes when we go to the internet, it's like that big bad wolf, like, what do I choose? Which was the right one or the wrong one? And we're so tough on ourselves on making a decision that we're always looking for that validation
Mhm.
to someone else. So when we have someone we trust, it's not holding their hand, it's the fact of like, okay, that person has been there before me.
Yeah.
Let me listen to what they have to say. Maybe I could implement it, maybe I don't have to implement it. Because
Mhm.
my way is not the right way. It's just the way I've tested it and it's worked for me. But then they have me there if they want to test another way. At the same time they're testing, I'm also learning.
Mhm.
So it's more of, the accountability and having a blessing not to be alone. When you want to have a best friend, remember, I had that all the time. When I wanted to open a business, I wanted my best friend to be a 50-50 partner with me because just in case I can't do it, just in case I fail, you want to have someone there who knows, not knows more than you, but who knows something that you don't know.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. What's been the biggest struggle, like, coming out from some of your client? What are they struggling with?
Mindset.
Mindset. Yeah.
Mindset. I think our own worst enemy is us. So we always, and this was always so I used to really suffer from people pleasing, validation.
Mhm.
So that would really wear out on me, especially when I became a mom, because prior to becoming a mom, I was a free bird. I traveled the world, I sang, I came back home. Every weekend I was in a different country. When I became a mom, and especially the background, um, a lot of times our family and friends, it's just kind of like they have that understanding. And once you become mom, life stops because
Mhm.
now you're also wife. You still have to cook and clean. You have to take care of the kids. That late at night after the kids would go to sleep, my mind would start going at 150 an hour, 200 an hour. Like, what about now? What about now? What about now? What do I do now? What about me? What about me? You know,
Right.
does this mean that my life has stopped and has to revolve around the kids? Am I no longer a person? Do I no longer serve a purpose in this world? So being able to staying up at night and fighting with myself, like, where do I start? What do I do? Am I going to be able to do it? Am I going to find time? Does that make me less of a mother?
Mhm.
I'm taking time away from the kids to focus on something that I want to do, you know? And that really kills us. It kills me. It kills a lot of the women who are actually watching this and listening to this. The fact that, it's just no one cares. No one cares. Everybody thinks that everybody has something to say, but no one really cares. Because when I was crying out and asking people for help, friends, families, my family, like, I'm a mom. I might just need a night of sleep.
Yeah.
No one's coming to your doorstep and say, come on, let me take the baby for the night. Let me help you out. Let me change the pampers and the diapers. You know what? Why don't you go focus on your business? I'll help you with the kids. So instead of sitting there going, no one's coming to help me, forget about everyone. What about you? First,
Mhm.
you're a mother. First, you're you. Then you're a wife, then became a mother. So I really had the biggest fight was within myself of figuring out who I am and who I want to be. And that wasn't, I still have not figured it out, but I keep every day getting up and testing and focusing on myself and my growth and investing in me and investing in my self-care, my mindset, because at the end of the day, if I can't take care of me, I can't take care of two kids. I can't take care of a family if I'm not strong enough to take care of me.
Yeah, yeah. And I can totally feel that that energy coming from someone who's wearing multiple hat. You have IT company, you still is the founder and owner of IT company, and then you're a mom, to two boys, and they're young. So and now you're actually a six-figure coach. So I can totally get, your calendar is probably jam-packed. And I can feel that overwhelming feeling just from you describing it. I know a lot of women coaches in my community, they also feel that overwhelming feeling because there's a lot of different responsibility that they have to take
Yeah.
care of. And on top of it, they're trying to grow their business. So what's your one tip for someone who's sitting there and there's a tremendous amount of overwhelming feeling that's coming up and surfacing? How do I do all this?
You don't do it all at the same time. You don't do it all at the same time. Yes, we all have 24 hours. Somebody does more than somebody does less. But I really put my blinders on and start focusing on me instead of anyone else because someone else's journey, I'm not looking at what they went through to get to that journey. So if I'm looking at mentors, I'm looking at mentors that are one step forward than me, not 10 steps ahead, where I want to be in competition with them because I want to be them. I want to get there without putting extra work. So if I'm looking at anyone, I'm looking at someone a step ahead of me, one, and two, I'm coming at peace with the fact that I can't do it all in 24 hours in one day. So I have to pick and choose my battles. Certain days I focus more. Yesterday I had a crazy work day and I focus more on the kids.
Yeah.
I canceled certain meetings. They weren't going to kill me. They weren't going to hurt me. I canceled them and I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on the kids today. They have so much energy and they're driving me crazy. What am I going to do? Get rid of my kids? So pick and choose your battles. Maybe one day you're amazed at one thing, and another day you pay attention to something. Same thing in the business.
Mhm.
We're focused, we love the beauty of it, the showing up, the presence. But a lot of the times, because some of the listeners may not be a mother and can relate to this, you know, sometimes in business, we love doing the podcast, the IG lives, they're still showing up in the reels, today's 411 tip is reels. People love to do the reels and being goofy and being funny. But what about our operations work? The finances, the numbers, the admin work, are we setting up time for that as well? Because that's also part of business. Because sometimes we forget that we want to do the fun stuff, that the other stuff, we keep postponing it. And that's when it starts getting overwhelming. It's just like, oh, do we do that all in one day? It's like, no, you don't have to, but you have to pick your days. I have a pretty structured routine that I set in place. I worked very good with my planner. It doesn't always work like that. But I know if something goes crazy in my schedule, I know if I pick up my head somewhere on the floor, I know what will be next for me to take care of. There's certain things that we can't set aside and postpone till tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow because it needs to be done. So the overwhelming is when too many things, we're trying to do too many things at the same time, we're trying to manage our time and certain things we're trying to multitask and certain things you can multitask.
Yeah. What's your favorite apps or your favorite go-to organization app?
I think, I'll do two. Can I do two?
Yeah, okay, pick two. Ledi, for you, yes, two.
There's so many of them. So, three and a bonus. I'll do the third one as a bonus.
See, this is a woman who knows how to ask.
Please, because it's good for the listeners.
Yeah.
I'll explain why it's good for the listeners. Okay. My Microsoft 365 apps. My Microsoft 365 apps come in a bundle. So you have my Exchange for my emails. You have my Excels where I keep all my stuff in there organized. I have my OneNote where I'm able to write everything. Sometimes that even my ideas, I can't write them. I have voice notes and I put them in booklets there. I have, what else I use there? I have my planner I use in there, my tasks that I use in there. There's so many beautiful apps to use and automate my process where I don't have to feel overwhelmed because they're in there. I know every department of it. It's like buying like a dresser and has the drawers. You know what drawer goes in what, and they're there. You're not getting rid of that dresser. So I think my most used in my business are my Microsoft 365 apps. My second most used is my Canva. So for anything like graphic design, making reels, making anything that has to do with social media presentation, slides, I go to my Canva app. Everything's there with my brand colors, my brand fonts, and then I'm able to add my team in there. Or if I want to delegate a certain task and I started working on something, I'm stuck, I'm able to add a team in there to pick up where I left off. So that would be my second most used favorite app. My third one, and everyone always laughs at this one, Alexa. Did you see? I told you everybody laughs at this one.
Alexa, yeah. That's pretty cool.
I use Alexa, and I don't even know why I'm not an affiliate for them. I use Alexa to help me work minute to minute. I set all my reminders with Alexa. So if I'm going around the house, walking around the house, Alexa sets me reminders of when my next call is, or set me reminders if I have to do something. I've systemized Alexa. For example, if I need Alexa to make me coffee, so I'll just shout like, Alexa, make me coffee, and it just makes my coffee ready. But it will save me 3 minutes here, 4 minutes there, a certain reminder here, a certain reminder there. Alexa texts someone, Alexa calls someone.
I'm surprised Alexa hasn't been triggered yet.
Can I help you still? You need me? But little things like that, 5 minutes here, 1 minute there, 3 minutes there, really, sometimes you're just like, oh my God, I missed a meeting. How did you miss a meeting? I didn't have my phone on me. But if you're walking around the house and folding laundry, for example, and Alexa's like, meeting in 15 minutes, you're like, oh, I have to go. Laundry is not so important right now. So I think those are my favorite 3 apps that I must have in my day-to-day basis. That I use so much, I mean, we could always have apps and use apps and pay for apps, but if we're not really putting them to good use, they're useless. And I've played around with them to find it so easy for me where I'm able to organize, plan, to automate it, to give me that freedom, to save me some time.
Yeah. And this is coming from a woman who has tremendous amount of IT background, ladies. She has a tremendous amount of IT background. And I know there's another app that you probably are loving right now to use, and that would be the Instagram app.
Ooh, well, I think Instagram's like part of the family. Like,
You brought a free gift for everybody, right?
yes, I
Regarding the
did.
Instagram. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so I'm always talking about in business, you don't have to be an expert and be 10 steps ahead of everybody. You just have to be one step forward in order to teach someone the process of what you're going through. I'm a big believer. I started my Instagram. Well, actually, I started MySpace. Started marketing on MySpace back in the days, so many moons ago. Wow, I just told everybody my age. And then he started the Facebook, and now Instagram is the thing for me, is the thing. But in my Instagram, I have a lot of mix and match followers. I have followers from my music background. I have followers from me doing charity work. I have followers from my IT industry. I have followers from my business coaching. So they're all mixed and matched there. And little by little, as I'm pivoting more to business coaching and I'm niching down and I'm playing with my marketing strategies and my marketing plans, right? I'm learning how to utilize my platform to pivot instead of do like a 360, but like little by little transform to where I wanted to be focused and what only my ideal clients are in there, and just instead of just a big mess. Um, I've picked that platform as one of my favorite platforms. Of course, I have LinkedIn and TikTok and Facebook, but at the moment, for me and for my ideal clients, that's where they're hanging out. And to grow, like I said in the beginning, in order for you to grow your business, you have to pick one platform. You get that platform down, then you could utilize that same content to other platforms. With Instagram, we have two options. I used to post pictures and of my kids and the dogs and this and that, and it just made no sense. Where I had to start looking at it in a strategic point of view and say, what is the author's trying to say with this? What am I trying to say to my ideal client with what I'm posting? And I started seeing that with Instagram also pivot into a video platform, and they've been testing that for forever, from boomerangs to IG lives, IGTVs, and now reels.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of business owners, especially a lot of my clients, are utilizing reels to grow their business, not grow their following. Growing your following is very easy, but grow your business, meaning when you're growing your business, you're getting your ideal client to come in, not just any Joe Schmo, not just anyone. So with the reels, at the same time as you're able to get a bigger reach, bigger engagement, and put yourself out there in front of a lot of more people, business owners also utilize them to be funny.
Yeah.
Lip sync,
Yeah.
because it's easier for you to build your like, know, and trust. So they start liking you because of your reel. They start getting to know you and your page and your feed, like what's going on, what are they doing? Oh my God, let me check out their stories. And then by the time they come to your inbox, they've already trusted you. Not because you were just that perfect business owner on social media, that perfect picture with your perfect hair and makeup. They're getting to know of you because of the way you're educated in your reels, or the way you're lip syncing in your reels, and the way you're, inspiring in your reels. And Instagram is pushing it out to get to know you better. So it's really pushing you out to get more of engagement to people that don't know you, not just the people in your platform. So a little gift for you. And actually, this was only done for you.
I love it. I feel special.
This was done for you because I said, you know what? When we had this call, when we had a virtual coffee 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I actually could give a little training on social media planning. And then I wanted to create something around social media plan to give to the audience. But as I'm utilizing reels at the moment, I'm doing a 30-day challenge, 30-day reels in 30 days. And that always is one reel, sometimes like two, three, because you really get comfortable with it. And the challenge for me is not really to grow my account. The challenge is for me to hold myself consistent on being able to get it done. I have no problem with being on social media, but I do have a problem sometimes with being consistent. So I wanted to hold myself accountable to be consistent. As I'm doing that challenge, I'm seeing that my less effective reels with my less reach, but I'm getting clients out of those very little, like, especially today. I did a reel in regards to, I worked 4 hours on a reel and got 10 likes. It was so hurtful. But a client reached out to me months later. That reel only had 4 likes and said, "Oh my God, that reel hit me. I'm in my business for X amount of years and I'm stuck. I really need help to grow because I'm not utilizing social media." I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "What reel caught your attention?" And when she said, "The reel has 10 likes," out of all the reels that I've done, out of all the posts, that was the one that caught your attention. She goes, "There was something about that reel that made me so relatable to you." And it was nothing fancy. It was very simple, easy breezy. But I used the right strategy, the right hook behind it, and I had to start using it. So I wasn't like perfecting it. I was just doing it to do it. So for you and for your audience, I've created a reel guide 101. So it's about 15 pages that will show you exactly the procedures of how to utilize reels, how to find the trending songs, and how to create them. I think if you are in one of those platforms like Instagram, do them, use them, and then
Mhm.
repurpose them, save them and repurpose them on, if you are on Pinterest. If you're a Pinterest lover, post them on Pinterest. If you're a LinkedIn lover, post them on LinkedIn. TikTok, repurpose them on TikTok. You could use them so much way. Plus, Instagram is also now promoting the reels.
Mhm.
Instagram just actually released that the reels that will be posted on your social media platform will also be pushed to Facebook. So you'll be
Mhm.
able to see Facebook reels. Why not?
Perfect.
If there's a boat going, get on it and go with it. Try
Right.
it out. And it's been working so well for me. Not, like I said, not for the growing person, being consistent. And I'm actually picking up a lot of clients through being very relatable through the reels.
Yeah, yeah, and I would add too that it's not about the likes or how many viewership. It's about whether or not the reel is actually creating an impact. Is it relatable? Like Letty has said, her most impactful video or reel, it's actually those that doesn't have a lot of attraction or likes, but it's powerful. It was made in a very powerful way and it come across. So someone is going to resonate with that, and the idea is to actually get out there and start doing it so that you can get seen.
Yeah, you're adding value.
Yeah.
You're focusing on your target market, your ideal client. You're focusing on your niche. You're
Yeah.
being relatable. And once you have them coming into that platform, they're trusting you. So you help
Mhm.
them add value. They'll come back over and over again as long as you're adding value, or not just doing it to be funny, somehow in there. You got to add value in the captions,
Mhm.
add value for people to come, tips, tools, hacks. In whatever industry you are, add a little value there. Really help people, really do them to help someone.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Love it. So where can people find that gift? Do they just reach out to you?
I will share it with you where you can share it to all of your platforms as well
Okay.
as you will find it. I won't post it now until this is publicized, but I will post it onto my IG at Ledi Vokshi, or you could always reach out to me on the DMs at Ledi Vokshi if you don't see the link there. Just
Mhm.
let me know that you're looking for that real 101 guide, and I will send it to you. I will share it with you.
Yay! So everybody here is Letty's IG handle, Letty Vokshi. Follow her, get her real, and yeah, it's something that it's going to benefit you a lot.
Utilize them. If you have any questions, reach out to me, ask me. Like I said, I mean, the reels have just come out not too long ago, the last year and a half. But, as I'm testing them out and I'm testing them with timings and I'm testing them when they work best, what days, what hour, what time, or what are best to be used, what songs and stuff like that, then I'm willing to share that with the audience and help them. Why not?
Yeah. And I will make sure to link it to the episode notes. So those who are listening to the podcast, they will also be able to reach out to you and get a copy of it.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Ledi. Any last word that you would like to share with the audience?
Yes. Start now. It's never the right time. It's never the right place. It's never the right industry. Start whatever you have to do. Start serving now, because you really are being dishonest to your client, to someone who has been in your shoes that you could help by not actually helping them. So start serving those that need help. You don't have to be an expert. Like I said, you just have to be a step forward from someone else who is in your shoes where you've been.
Beautifully said. Just get out there and start doing it. Start now.
More women in business.
Yay. Thank you so much, Ledi.
Michelle. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm going to put you to the backstage so I can wrap the session up. Thank you, everyone, for watching and joining me and listening to this week's episode. Join me again next week at 11 o'clock Pacific time, and I will invite another guest to bring you strategies as well as mindset that is going to help you on this coaching journey to start your own business. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to check out the guide section. There are links and freebie that you can grab from me, and you can also book a strategy call with me so that we can get clear on the path that you are heading to. And I will see everyone next week. Bye.